Believe it or not, while the more logical thing to do is to encourage others to do better, to make improvements to themselves, we're not always going to come across people like that. There are going to be people who are not so happy about that. Maybe they're just comfortable seeing us in a certain state. Maybe they don't have bad intentions at all. It's just that it's something new for them and they feel like they might be losing a part of you as part of their life, a friendship, family, whatever it is. And something might indirectly cause them to discourage you from doing something. Whatever the case is, we're not talking about those people today. We're talking about you. You want to grow and you want to be something more, want to be something better. That's a great thing. But being better includes being better in days where you don't feel like it. So as far as what we were speaking about motivation, let that motivation build the strength inside you to endure days that you are not being encouraged by others, where you just simply don't feel like it. There are moments where you're going to be criticized possibly for making improvements, where they'll tell you, you know what, that's okay. I think you're fine where you are. I mean, you don't need to study more. You don't need to lose more weight. You don't need to keep working so many hours. You don't need to, whatever the case is. There's always a balance for everything, but we should be able to put ourselves in the position where we know what that balance is. There's no reason why other people should decide that for us. Now, we do need help. We can always ask for it. That doesn't mean we should never accept it whenever it comes our way. If we're smart, we'll be able to tell when that is going to be beneficial to us, even though it may not always sound like good news to us. The motivation that we need from others is probably just an illusion, really. Other people will encourage us to do more. We can consider that something like a freebie, something to help us push along, like the people in the marathon that are there to give you a cup of water while you're running. That is a freebie. So basically, it lets you move on a little bit more, gets your mind going, like, oh, turns out I could do it. Not knowing that you probably could have made it without it. So the same way, we are independent from any encouragement that other people might give us, will also be independent from the discouragement that other people might bring to us. It's all about the reason why we're doing it, because that reason hopefully will never change. So as long as we have that as a fundamental reason as to why we're doing it, then we will never change our why. And everything else is just considered projectiles, cups of water, words of discouragement. They're not going to be something that affects us in the long run. It might be a slow stepping stone, might make us slow down a little bit. Whatever the case is, it's only going to hit us in the moment. And after that, we'll be able to keep going and pushing further, because our reasons for doing it, our initial purpose for these things have never changed. We want to get that promotion. We want to get in shape. We want to have better health. We want to have better relationships with our parents, with our husbands and wives, whatever the case is you want to do. Your reason for it is what's going to make you continue. So you want to make sure that the reason above all is the strongest, not just whatever results you want, what kind of impression you want to leave on other people. But you want to make sure that you are starting off with the right reason for it. And if you do that, nothing will stop you, because you're always going to envision what it's going to be like when you finally reach your goal. I know you can do it. It's not going to be something that's easy, but I honestly have never thought that I'd be able to accomplish some of the things that I have. Why is it important that I'm doing it? I've never really accomplished a whole lot of big things. I've always done a bunch of little things, like a jack of all trades and master of none. And I feel like I am reaching that goal. And I think it's important to share it with people while I'm doing it, as opposed to having reached it already, because there's a whole bunch of success stories of people that explain everything that they've done to reach a certain goal. But we don't really get to see them in the state before. They just talk about it. And now you've seen me, if you've gotten to know me and you've seen my videos, that I wasn't always like this. And I'm also not at the peak where I want to be yet. So it's a very realistic transition in which I'm still working and struggling with, but I'm also learning a lot, and that's why I'm sharing it with you. And if you continue to follow me, you'll see the progress even more, and just go back to the videos and you'll see the differences, and you'll go back to videos that I'm filming today, and you'll see in the future we'll still have a big difference. And that's what I hope to do. And I do hope that I continue that journey that I've been going on. And if not, it's because I would have enhanced it and brought it up to yet another level. Because the more that we set ourselves, the more goals that we give ourselves, the busier we'll be on that, or the more focus we'll be on those things. And that is exactly what I want for you guys. I want you to do more so that you can be more. That has always been the motto, and that will continue to be the motto. And always have fun. Always make time to enjoy the process, because if you're not, this is only going to be a 1 week thing, a 1 month thing maybe. It's going to be that thing that you tell your friends about when you're over a couple of drinks and you're like, I remember I was going to try that once, but it never worked out, while you're listening to other people tell their success stories. That's not what you want, right? If it is, then by all means, just watch this for entertainment purposes. But if you're ready to really work and put the effort in, develop your why, develop your reason and why you want to do this. And that's what's going to bring you to the mentality to put the effort even when you don't feel like it. Don't worry about the discouragement of others. That's them. They haven't developed what you're developing. And don't think you have to save the world right now. Your example will hopefully be enough reason. And then when you find yourself in a position where you can give it advice, by all means. But remember, we're not all gurus. I'm not either. I'm just sharing what I've learned. And hopefully it's beneficial to you. That is all for today. Very brief video to make sure you're focused. And this is something that I've needed help with. And I hope that you're able to find an advantage in this, because I wish I would have found videos like these. I did see some, but I'm sharing what I've learned through my point of view, and I do hope that it helps you. Nevertheless, that is all for today. I do appreciate the support as always. I do want you to stay on top of this and give me any questions you have in the comment section below. I'm happy to answer those, whether you privately or you want me to answer them in the comment section. If you want me to make a video, I'm always happy to try to see if I can do that and fit that in the repertoire of videos. And of course, follow me on TikTok, on Instagram, and Facebook. I appreciate that support. Remember to like, share, and subscribe. And of course, guys, you know what it is. If you do more, you will always be more.